So what's good with the YouTube? It's your boy Rome, and I'm back at you again, Rome B Auto Vlogs. And today I am doing a car review on my 2018 Ford Mustang Ecoboost. And as you can see, it's sitting in the background. I'm gonna get some shots of it real quick and let you see what I'm working with. Here we go, 2018 Ford Mustang Ecoboost. All right, so this is it. This is mine, and this is my review on it. It's 2018. It's the black on black 2018 Ford Mustang Ecoboost with the brand new face, looking real mean. You dig what I'm saying? So this one has the performance package on it. As you can see, the front brake calipers are a little bit bigger. I got them wrapped. I can do a review on that later. But it comes with the black. What are these? Pirellis. Where we at? Looks like these are 19s. You probably can't see it. It's all black. All black, black interior. Got the nice wing on it. The wing this year, for what I understand, is a little bit bigger. You don't get the GT logo, which is whack as hell, but what can you do? Get the nice chrome tips on the back. The biggest improvement, from what I understand, is this hood. Got an active hood. It actually works. If you lift it up, you'll be able to see the vents actually going through, so it has actually released a little bit of heat. You got the different grill, different face on it, different lights. You see the cuts and stuff like that up in the vents up in there. I like it. Looks mean. LED run across the front. At nighttime they turn orange. They cut on basically whenever the little monitor on the inside turns and says that it's dark outside. Yeah, in my opinion, the outside looks hard, man. You can't beat it, man. Black on black is always gonna look good, especially on a Mustang, man. You sitting low, you looking, man, you look like you riding a sports car. You know what I mean? It's not as bulky as some of those other cars are. Back pretty much looks like the same from the 2015s, 2017s. But on this one, you get the LED lights, and you can tell when it's on because you can kind of see the scrolling and all that. It looks really, really, really nice. So here we go. Obviously, you get the keyless entry. Here is the key fob here. You get two key fobs with it. Push a little button, slide out, you got a key. What's cold about these is actually, I've never had this on a car before, but what's really cold is it has the these little lines right here. When you get out, you rub your hand across it, you can hear it lock. Put your hand in, unlocks. And it's like that on both sides, on the driver's side and the passenger side. It's pretty cold. So for me, don't mind that floor. Damn. Anyway, for me, I went with the basic. I didn't go with the premium package, so the one I'm reviewing is just the basic Ecoboost with the performance package upgrade. Cloth on the door, right? So the cloth on the door, you know it's gonna get dirty. It's black, so if you have anything on your hands, some powder or something, anything with some color in it, it's gonna show up. So you gotta make sure you keep that clean. And then you get the door seals. I wish I went with the one that lights up, but that's a mod you can do to it. You can actually get like a little cover from one of the websites and it'll light up, or you can just get it completely replaced and you have your shit light up when you walk up to it. That's pretty dope. So if you can see the interior, I mean, it's pretty clean to me. It's not leather, you know what I'm saying? It's not the real leather, it's not all the extraness, but it's not just a basic seat. You do get some bolstering in it, so when you sit down in it, it definitely does hug you. You could tell the difference. You could tell you in something, you know, it's not like a basic sedan or something like that. So I like it. You get the Mustang across the seat, and then you get the little headrest. It's pretty comfortable. It has a nice padding on it. I'm gonna start it off for you guys real quick. Foot on the brake, press button. There we go. Get the Mustang logo on there. I'm gonna close this door because as you guys can see, it is 98 degrees outside, and I'm fucking sweating bullets. I'm gonna turn this down so it doesn't make too much noise. But so yeah. Pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? Get the analog. I didn't get the digital boy, I wish I did, but get the analog over here, analog over there, and you get the menu in the middle, and you can change it, switch it up. It shows you. Sheesh, I'm sitting up here sweating bullets, man. But for me, it's pretty comfortable. I'm about 6 foot tall. I'm about 260. My body frame is pretty wide. So for me, the seats, as you can see, they suit me. I'm good. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I don't have no complaints. If you're a big guy and you want to get you a car that's like a sports car, I recommend getting a Mustang. Mustang does have a lot of room. Now, if you're tall, I don't know. But as far as a big guy, I'm about, like I said, about 6 foot. I'm about 260 solid. You dig what I'm saying? So for me, it's perfect room. The vehicle I had before this was a 2013 Chevy Impala, and those are like fucking couches. Like, those were the biggest seats I ever had. And it's, you know, going from that to this is not a really big issue for me. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of room in this. I'm still solid. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, as you can see, that back seat, absolutely no room back there. Absolutely no room. I mean, my passenger seat is basically touching the back seat. So the odds of you getting some stuff in the back seat, if you're a pretty big person, it's like, no, bro, you might as well not even have the back seat. I pretty much use it for like stores. Like if I got a bag or something with me and I want to set it back there, I'll pretty much use it for that. Other than that, it's pointless to have the back seat. But the back seat does look nice. You know, when you look in the car, it does look decent. So back to the dash. So the dash is pretty solid. For the performance pack, you actually delete the vent in the middle. It's normally 3 inside the regular ones. This one actually just has the 2 vents on the thing. You got your oil pressure and you got your what's that, boost? I don't know what the hell it does. I think it's a speaker up there. Pretty solid. My complaint is this dash right here. I hate that they put this in here. This shit to me is whack. You know what I'm saying? I wish I actually had like a bigger screen. It doesn't have to be like the super fancy shit, but I just wish I had something that looks a little bit better. You know what I mean? Because you tell people it's a 2018, they come in and look at this, they think it's like 2000 or some shit like that. It's a bunch of plastic everywhere. You know what I mean? I can't really deal with that. Eventually, I'm gonna swap this out. So if you guys stay tuned, you like what I'm doing, subscribe. I'm gonna actually swap this out for the Tesla screen. So it's a version that you can order. It's like an aftermarket piece, and it basically turns this entire thing into a screen. It controls your air, it controls the phone. It's basically, it works off of like an Android phone. So you got a lot of apps you can add on to it. You can watch YouTube and your shit if you got internet for it. That's pretty cool. And as you can see on the dash, on the EcoBoost, it only goes up to 160. All right, so here we go. 2018 Ford Mustang Ecoboost. Like I said, this thing got about 160 on the dash. I'm not sure how fast it actually goes. Stats on it, 310 horsepower. I want to say 350 pounds of torque. So I mean, you got some pretty solid speed on it. I know the Impala SS had about 300 in it, you know what I mean? And this isn't even the SS, this is a 4-cylinder turbo, you dig? So, I mean, you can't really beat that for what you get out of it. And that's starting out, I mean, that's out the pocket. So, for me, I want to say these start out about 25K. You can find some, you know, a little bit less than that, you know, with a few deals or something like that. But this one came for me for 25K. All black, black 19, spoiler, performance pack. Brand new out the box. When I bought it, it had about 75 miles on it. And since then, I put maybe about 2,000 miles on it. So I've driven a little bit so I can give you an honest review. In my opinion, this car is mean. I mean, you can't really beat the look. If you're just going for something that looks amazing, the 2018 Ford Mustang looks amazing. You dig what I'm saying? I mean, you get the LED lights, you get the LED lights in the back, you get the upgraded grille, and for the price that you pay for something like this compared, I mean, you can't really beat it, because obviously I wanted the GT, right? I test drove the GT, I test drove the EcoBoost, and in my opinion, for the way I drive, and for, you know, for the people that I feel like would be impressed or that I would talk to about the vehicle, getting the GT really didn't matter. You dig what I'm saying? The sound of the GT is really what you miss out on when you get the EcoBoost. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna lie, you don't really get too much sound out of this car. And by all means, it's possible. I had a few conversations. I called a few muffler shops and performance shops, watched a shit ton of videos on YouTube trying to figure out what I can do. And it seems like it's pretty easy. You can spend a little bit or you can spend a lot. You dig what I'm saying? But either way, you can get some sound out of it. What I'm saying is, if you finna go to a lot, put some money down, spend some money on this car. Hold up. So I just hit that shit. I don't know if you can hear it. I went basically from about 10 miles an hour up to about 50 or 60. You dig what I'm saying? And it sounds like it's a small motor vehicle. So that sound is my biggest thing. But as far as the way it rides good as hell. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't sit too low to the fact where you're scared of going over stuff. You know what I mean? Like if it's something in a road like a speed bump, you don't have to worry about it. Most people get a car lowered, so then you kind of run into problems. But for me, it rides very smooth. I haven't driven too many new vehicles. Like I said, my last vehicle was a 2013 Impala, but that damn Impala pretty much was the same going all the way through like 2007. So, I mean, what the hell? But back to this vehicle. It rides good as hell. You know what I'm saying? You miss out on the sound. I think the sound is a big draw to the GT, but for $10,000 more, do you really want to spend $10,000 just to make the car sound good? When you can go out and get an exhaust, you might spend maybe $1,500, you might spend $500, you might spend a couple hundred just to get it to sound right. So I mean, do you really want to spend $10,000 to upgrade to the GT when you can just maybe spend about $1,500 at most getting yourself right and having the car that sounds pretty decent? You know what I mean? The extra 100 horsepower, I didn't feel it, to be honest. I mean, maybe it's not to the wheel. And the one I had was a pretty souped up version of it. It was, it had a price tag of about $47,000. So I mean, you pretty much got all the bells and whistles. You got the leather, you got the active exhaust. You know what I mean? You got the, you know, you got the big 5.0 motor. You dig what I'm saying? You get the rims, you get all that. But for $47,000, to me, it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I paid $27,000 for this one, and I can make this shit look just as good. I can make this shit sound just as good. It's not gonna sound like a V8, but I can make it sound just as good. I can do all the shit that I normally would. All right, so here we go, y'all. The 2018 Ford Mustang Ecoboost. This is my honest opinion on it. I think the car is tough. If you want to get you a car that looks really good, is fairly reasonably priced, and it's something that if you want to make it like super ferocious, you can. If you want to keep it the way it is, you can. Something that you don't really want to, you know, make too outrageous, the Ford Ecoboost Mustang, in my opinion, is the best bang for your buck. Because, like I said, I purchased this vehicle myself. And in the process of me looking at this vehicle, I looked at a bunch of other different vehicles. And the price tag on those compared to this was a couple $1,000s more. And that couple $1,000s can add up, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's not exactly what it is that you want, especially if it's not that top tier vehicle that you're trying to get. Why do you want to pay a couple extra $1,000s for no reason? With this, you get everything you need and everything that you can want, and it just looks good as fuck, and it's fun to drive. I mean, it feels good riding around in a vehicle that looks really nice, that handles really nice, and it got a little speed to it. I mean, I know I didn't talk too much about the speed on it, but just from driving it myself, I mean, you feel like you got a little boost. The fastest I've taken this vehicle is maybe about 136, and it handled that shit like no problem. I mean, I've driven in some cars, like some small cars, and you get it up to about 100, 110. I mean, it feel like the car's about to fucking fall apart. This one, I mean, it hit that shit no problem. You gonna hit 100 without any effort. You dig what I'm saying? And the pedal just keeps going. The motor doesn't seem like it's clunking out. It seems like it can go. Now, it only has 160 on the dash. I know once I hit that 136, I was probably about at the peak, but you could probably give it to a couple cars in this car. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's not going to be like the top dog, that GT or that 350 or nothing like that. But I mean, for what you get out of a 4-cylinder turbo, you can't be mad. The price tag on this as is was, I want to say, $25. And that's the reason why I bought it, because pretty much the ones that looked like this, that had the wheels that wasn't like, you know, ridiculous or embarrassing or some shit that you know you're going to replace eventually. And the one that came with the spoiler, to me, the spoiler's hard. Because I'm new to the Mustang game, I'm new to the car world like that. But for me, having a spoiler on the car makes the car look better. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people that got the Mustangs don't like the spoilers. I don't, you know, because I haven't seen too many people with the spoilers on their Mustangs that actually like drive them like that. So for me, having a spoiler on the back, you know what I'm saying, that was a plus. These nice ass seats, that's a plus. You dig what I'm saying? A two-seater that look mean, that's a plus. You know what I'm saying? You get the hood with the vents on it, you get the nice lights. All that shit is a plus. You dig what I'm saying? That's a win, major win. So, in my opinion, I say that this car is the shit. If I had to rank it out of 10, I would give this car a strong 7. You dig what I'm saying? And the only reason why I give it a strong 7 is because it does have a few flaws in it. As is, like I said, you don't get the premium package, you don't get the main screen. Buying this car as it sits. And then you don't get the V8 sound. You dig what I'm saying? So, I mean, those are the only things that I feel like would be something that I would want, something that lacks luster out of this one to me. Other than that, this shit is tough to me. You dig what I'm saying? So you can make your opinion. If you feel the same, comment like. If you disagree, comment like. You dig what I'm saying? Or dislike, whatever you want to do. And stay tuned. I'm gonna try and do some more car videos. Holla back at your boy. What's good?